This is Life for You, the first TV magazine in Second Life, with Kira Singh and Christoph Broom.
Welcome to 2008. Welcome to a brand new year of ideas, creativity, and continuing innovation in the virtual world.
And welcome back, devoted viewers, to Life for You, the first TV magazine in Second Life. Before we start discovering a new year, we're going to take just one more look back to the old one. Here's part 2 of our Best of 2007. Enjoy.
Daring venture. Our Avatar reporter went on a bold journey into real life and even ended up over the pond at the SL convention in Chicago. Oh my God! It didn't take as long to build as it did in real life, but almost. The Cone Cathedral in SL was one of last year's absolute architectural highlights. Forget your PlayStation. Get into SL, the first multiplayer role game in Second Life. It was a breakthrough in action, graphics, and fun.
In 2007, there were hundreds of conventions, workshops, articles, and lectures about SL all over the world.
And by far the most important meeting took place in Chicago. And what did we poor real-life Germans do?
That's right. We collected all the lindens we could and sent our Avatar reporter Draxter Dupre on a thrilling trip to the US of A.
Artificial Island, the in-world hub for SLCC 2007, lies deserted. Only a few days ago, well over 800 Second Lifers wandered the halls of the Chicago Hilton, feeding information back to countless residents in the world, audio streams enabling everyone to listen in and participate in the numerous panel discussions. Life for You Television sent me to Chicago to make the case for so-called traditional media on a panel about journalism in SL. I was also to make first contact with the Lindens. I arrived in the Windy City last Friday without any complications and passed through SL Customs with immigration papers from Biscuit Carroll. Permission to leave virtual reality for 3 days were granted. Cautionary notes were issued.
You're going to be able to experience fresh air and perhaps sunshine or rain. However, you're going to have to make time for sleeping in the real world for between 4 and 10 hours a day. There is a risk that while you're here as well, you may die. When you're in Second Life, you will have noticed people disappear and don't come back. So that's what dying is like, except with dying, it's you that doesn't come back.
Philip Linden, aka Rosedale, gave an enthusiastically received keynote speech Saturday morning. He acknowledged the many technical glitches in SL were not acceptable, but left no doubt where he sees the world going.
We're just the very first people to the party. This is something that everybody on Earth is going to use. We need to keep the system running well, get out of everybody's way so that this thing can expand to where it wants to be, which, in my opinion, and let me defend it now, is bigger than the web.
This third community convention focused heavily on the not-for-profit sector. The keynote address by MacArthur Foundation Director of Education Connie Yowell showed the group had a deeper understanding of social networking.
The future is not about one particular platform. It's about really understanding the convergence of these various platforms and how you can bring them together to make sense, making sure that we're not building divides between the different folks who are completely engaged in the other kinds of Web 2.0 technology.
While Yowell stressed collaboration across platforms, her colleague Benjamin Stokes pointed out SL's strengths over other online environments.
We're interested in the public good. How can we contribute to the public good? And Second Life is a great place to start looking initially because of the commitment there to making a lot of things open.
A handful of users from the Teen Grid had already taken action. Led by Barry Joseph, the Global Kids Initiative produced impressive films on a variety of social issues. One was influenced by a visit to the International Criminal Court and reenacted scenes from the life of a child soldier in Sierra Leone.
The majority of our work is done face-to-face for youth around New York City, helping them develop skills around global citizenship and global leadership. In an environment like Second Life, what you're having is not just a place where an individual can create, but they can create with others. And as a result, the education for the group becomes larger than the sum of the individual education.
I was frankly too exhausted to attend Saturday's Masquerade Ball, sponsored by in-world adult entertainment mogul Stroker Serpentine, but thanks to Flickr, Photobucket, etc., we can still experience that too. Must have been pretty wild from what I hear. Perhaps just as wild as my encounter with arguably the clearest thinker of the virtual world, never too tired to hold the Lindens' feet to the fire, Prokofy Neva. She had tracked CEO Rosedale down at lunch to discuss the reforming of the orientation process.
Brutal, but you know, I'd rather buy it. Buying would be more fair, frankly. But if you want to do it that way, that's still interesting.
With all its lag and in-world bickering, this still feels like a very special family. Or is it a cult? Nah. The question remains, are we journalists in SL too close to the powers that be? Can we be part of the family? I pondered these thoughts Sunday night over a few pints of Guinness with SLCN executive producer Starsonic.
Oh, the Dragster needs a drink.
If I were to become a lapdog journalist and the laughingstock of the trade, I guess I could always just leave the country and start anew, right? Somewhere else.
You just became an Australian citizen.
Reporting from wherever they pay me well, I'm Dragster Dupre, still with Life4You News.